Hello and welcome to my little video. Here we are in the depths of spring and in the depths of the Moddershall Valley where I live. Just want to share with you some of the lovely things I notice and we notice about changing from the end of winter into spring to where we are right now. I hope you enjoy it. As the winter draws to an end, before long we start to notice that the sun's rising a little bit earlier each day and climbing a little bit higher as well. And here down in the woods, the sunbeams getting higher and higher keep on spilling into the woodlands, getting things to wake up, even the little things here. Even the trees seem to be waking up after the winter. Here on one of the first sunny days, late in February. And the buzzard, you could almost imagine the buzzard just celebrating that lovely blue sky, an extra bit of warmth. And here, high up in the woods by the oak trees, it looks so dead in the winter. I sometimes find it hard to imagine that it can quickly change from this into this. And in a small valley nearby, suddenly all the wild garlic comes into leaf, just emerging from nowhere. And again, after a few weeks, it's in flower, transforming the valley completely. Other parts of the woods show more little flowers emerging from the winter. This is wood anemone. And soon there'll be clothing embankments in the woods and beautiful drifts. And one of the first signs of spring, of course, is the hazel catkin dangling there. I always look out for that. And the ash buds beginning to open. And the lime. And the field maple, beautiful tree. And of course we always have the sycamore. They're a bit of a weed, but they make a nice bud. And there you have the bramble. And again, elsewhere in the woods, more flowers. This is celandine. And like the wood anemone, that forms drifts over the embankments. And sure, no spring would be complete without the daffodil. And plenty of places in the undergrowth for little creatures emerging to live, to shelter, there on the logs. Even in the base of trees, there's holes and places you can burrow and hide. But if you're very small and you want to be nice and cozy, you can live under the bark. I find loads of little things under here. But if you're bigger and you can fly, you might want to go for the penthouse. Ah, there you go now. A nice nest waiting for renovation for the spring. Speaking of nests, the jays are collecting twigs there for theirs. And the moorhen tending to her nest down by the pond. A very open nest. She shares the pond with the coot or coots. They're cousins in a way, but they don't always get on. I have seen them fighting. And there's a rare glimpse of a red-breasted merganser. I'd never seen one here before. This was early in spring. And of course the mandarin duck, beautiful colours, very shy, doesn't stay around for long. And no pond is complete without the mallards, of course. There's a pair there now. And before you know it, they've got ducklings out on a bit of an outing here, just past a weir. And the beautiful grey wagtail likes to skirt along the edge of the pond. And the days are getting brighter and warmer, and more things are happening. Down in the meadows, it's a flurry of life. All the leaves are coming on the trees, and all the wildflowers are emerging, standing up tall in the grass. And amongst them you have the butterflies. Here's the orange tip. They like to feed on the nectar of the cuckoo flower. And of course we've got dandelions. There's so many of them here. On a windy day we have a snowstorm of dandelion seeds. Quite a nice change from the winter snowstorms. The transformation goes on from bare trees to trees in blossom. Absolutely stunning. And the bullfinch feeding on the buds there. Blue tit likes the nectar on the catkins. And the bees also on the catkins, but they like the pollen for its protein for their grubs back in the hive. They're not the only ones in the trees. This fella's having a nice little morning out in the sunshine. A bit of a stretch there. Now where did I leave that acorn? Must be here someplace. There you go, breakfast. And here we have a pair of pied wagtails having a wash there in the stream. And if you look really close down near the ground, you'll see things moving that you wouldn't normally notice. And while some little creatures are busy doing all sorts of work, others have got different things on their minds. Here's a pair of dock bugs mating. On a dock leaf, of course. They're very similar to shield bugs. I think they're related. And there's a St. Mark's fly. on a forget-me-not. He's called that because traditionally they're seen on St. Mark's Day, 25th of April. And the days are getting brighter and longer and warmer. And we come to what I think is the epitome of spring, the bluebell, the most beautiful flower. And here in the woods, it forms drifts. We know that spring has definitely arrived. We're here now. We're safely in the arms of spring, away from winter. Not only do all the creatures feel that, but we feel it too. It's quite a beautiful feeling. The next thing we know is going to happen, of course, is summertime.